If film wasn't expensive enough already, it's getting more expensive. Kodak is set to raise their prices yet again. Some sources say they're going to rise 17-ish%. Some say 40%, which is bonkers. So gone are the days of buying Pro Packs just to bless your Instagram feed.
Oh,
yeah, what's up, everybody?
Now what do we do?
I feel like this episode we did talk about wanting to give solutions to like we know the prices are going up.
Yeah.
We want to talk about like what we're gonna kind of do about it and maybe some options that might get people excited. They might not be color film Portra 400, but like, yeah.
True. There are some ways, you know.
True.
There are some things you can
just
do.
want to say right now, as of January, we're recording this January 27th, a Pro Pack of Portra 400 and 35 mil, $79.99. That's for 5 rolls.
Wild.
And then
That's a lot.
back to one roll of Portra 835 mil is $16.95.
What was the price before?
That's what I'm gonna ask. What do you guys remember paying for like a Pro Pack or a roll of? Let's just say Portra because that's easy for everyone to kind of like wrap their head around.
Yeah.
It's bad. I don't even remember.
I think I remember ordering them for $50.
Or $8.
Like was it like $8.99?
Eight or so a roll or something.
Oh, sorry for
Something
a roll.
like that.
Okay. So like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
and
it was
just
still kind of equate to like $50. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, $50. So it's gone up. Yeah, it's gone up. I remember going up end of last year. People are making a fuss about it, and then I saw articles again coming up with this. So it's like, okay, clearly like film photography is just to shoot and just for fun all the time. Like if you can budget into a project, of course, like you still want a certain tone or a certain film stock. But
still
like,
good. Yeah.
Are you guys going to be shooting? Like, I'm not going to be shooting as much as I was.
Yeah, it definitely changes things for sure.
Yeah.
If it's not like a client project and there's not just like a budget to make it happen, like I think a lot of photographers are kind of going through that of like, what do I shoot when I'm shooting just for myself now?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to those who haven't really shot portrait anyway, just like me, because like portrait's cool, but it's like it wasn't like something I was gravitating towards. I always try different films, so you're in the clear for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to be clear, too, a roll of Cine Still, one roll of 400D 35 mil is also $14.99 right now. So $15 a roll. So, like, we're talking, there are a couple dollars cheaper here and there for some good color film. But, like, those are kind of that, like, high-end
the premium
400
stocks.
speed film.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also forgot to turn my light on the background. 1 second. It looks
Nice.
better in my shot. So
It looks better in the shot.
I have some other prices for some other color stocks right
Warms it
now,
up a little?
which might be helpful. So right now, like a roll of Kodak Color Plus is $12.99, so not much better.
Wow.
A
That
roll
used to
of
be so cheap back in the day.
Yeah.
and that was like an underrated film stock that then like people found, got popular.
Yeah, because it kind of was
I
like,
remember
what
picking that
can
up for
I
like
shoot
$4
if it's not Portra 400? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
A roll of gold is $11.99, and then the kind of classic, like, you know, CVS gas station film, Fujifilm Superia 400. You can get 3 rolls of that for $27.99. Just CVS brands are probably the way to go.
I don't know if it'll focus. This one that literally is just Kodak like Ultramax. It's like the CVS like version. Yeah, I'll probably be shooting just more of this because like when I shoot film anyway, I kind of am going for less than perfect, like almost not the expired look, but like as much as I love portrait, like I feel like the value of that where I can get double the amount of shots for the same price as a premium. I'd rather have that and just like shoot a little. So you still get the feeling of, like you're shooting film.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I mean
you still are.
Yeah.
You still are. Yeah.
This is a hot topic, but like you can always, you know, take it into Lightroom after and give it whatever little nudges you need to.
I'm into that.
You know, that way you're still
That's
like
true,
working with a film scan.
That's
just so much.
That's the hill I'll die on this episode. It's okay to tweak your film shots. Like
100%.
the lab is also doing tweaks to like get them to a certain way.
100%.
Why is that so looked down upon anyway?
I don't know. Maybe
It's just
because it's
kinda
like
one
an
of
analog
those-
process.
It's just the
people don't-
purist.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
just the
purist.
purist
if it's good,
thing.
if it's shot on film, it's good on film.
Yeah.
It's like filmmakers. I don't see us. I mean, we don't do that. Like when we get our scans back from 16 mil film, 35
Right.
mil film, you tweak the heck out of that thing.
Totally.
To get it where you need to.
Totally.
Because
But I also-
it only comes in two colors, like tungsten and daylight. So
Right.
you got to fix it.
Right.
Yeah, and like dodging and burning is like the old school way of editing, or like the not old school, but analog way of kind of like tweaking afterwards. Before we get even deeper into this episode, though, I just want to do some housekeeping really quick, just as
Housekeeping.
just a few things. First thing, if you do want to sponsor an episode of the podcast in 2023, hit us up. We're looking for brands that might want our voice to talk about something they want to talk about. That's what an ad is. There'll be an
Ready for
email.
that?
There'll be an email link to
Explanation.
this. We don't have a lot of sponsors on this pod, but like we thought it'd be cool this year to integrate some more of that. Email in the description. Also, we have Sunny 16 merch that we're all wearing. If you're watching this, there's a chance you've probably already seen it, but we have awesome new merch. It's super comfy. It's pretty well made. It's Champion branded stuff, so we went a little bit more premium. It's honestly comfortable. So check that out. Link in the description.
And also, wait,
Yeah.
this has never meant more than it does now. Stay broke, shoot me.
Oh yes.
Literally. Gosh, that's true. I need to get that one.
with
I
the
actually don't
times.
have the Stay Broke Shoot Film hoodie.
I love it. I honestly get a lot of compliments when I wear it out too. So
Oh, nice. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk about really quick is Joshua has a new podcast that he's doing.
I do. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, real quick. A buddy of mine, Edward, and I, we started a podcast called The Filmmakers Hotline. And the fun thing about it, you can actually call in and ask us a question, any filmmaking question.
So cool.
And we'll answer it on the show. So far, we have about 15 responses. That's a lot of content because we can't get to everything in per episode. So we're trying to do like 2 per episode. But it's been really fun. The response has been great. And we got some special guests coming to the show as well. So
you can listen
you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think those are only 2 right now. And then I was gonna say something
YouTube?
else. Oh, it's on my Cine Dailies channel. So you can watch
Sick.
the live video and then you can listen later. So
That's what's up.
Love
Long
it.
form content. So if you like
it's been
this
good.
and you like Joshua, he goes super nerdy, deep dive stuff. And you guys do such
this
a good
next
job on
episode's
it.
gonna be funny.
Yeah, Edward's awesome too.
Oh,
Shout out
thanks.
to him. And then the
Edward's
very
great.
last thing I want to do for housekeeping is we just wrapped up doing production on a Kickstarter campaign for Clever Supply
Yep.
Co. And that campaign is actually live right now, linked in the description. So congratulations, Todd, for launching that. I don't want to say it because we are live on Discord right now, but we did do the campaign for Todd. So check that out. It's awesome. And chances are on this YouTube channel, we have a vlog of us doing behind the scenes and our time traveling,
2
doing
vlogs,
production. So that vlog is currently out as well. So yeah, that campaign, I feel like if you're a photographer, you'll enjoy it. So check that out too. A lot of our team's hard work went into it too. So that's all I got.
We all got sick for it too.
Yes, we did.
We all got sick for it.
We all got sick. Yeah, there was 2 vlogs, but there was like the prequel vlog is the one
Yeah.
that's now going to come out next because
Right.
Yeah.
we didn't want to show off the product in it. But
Yeah.
okay, so should we just dive into now like solutions
Yep.
or
Solutions. Yeah.
how we're approaching this? How we're approaching this rise in film prices?
Can I say one?
Get
Yeah,
it.
start it.
So one thing I've kind of done as of last year was buying a bunch of expired film because I think it's so cool to see what the film's going to look like afterwards. So like between the oldest one I purchased was back in 1991, and I think I gave one of them to you, Taylor. Right?
You did.
I shipped you a few expired film.
I'm making
but they're
videos
super
on
cheap.
all of them.
Like people don't do it.
Where do you
Yeah,
buy 'em?
eBay. Like you get in a box of 100 expired film rolls for like $30 or something. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know if that's the actual price, but super cheap, and it's fun. Like if they're stored properly too, like then you'll probably get some decent film. You just got to just know how to expose it later while you're shooting. But I think that's one way to kind of just keep the excitement there and keep it going.
Are there tricks with expired film to get a better result, like underexpose or overexpose?
Yeah, I can't remember the rule of thumb off the top of my head.
There's
Tay,
a
do you know?
formula. It's like a stop. I think you overexpose
Per
a stop for
is it
every.
decade?
Yeah, is it a decade?
Decade?
Oh,
I'll
every
look it up.
decade?
Something
It's
like that.
8 to 10 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to say another solution that people obviously is super popular. Obviously, so shifting back to digital where it's completely free after the initial investment of the camera and lens, is going to like, clearly Fuji has this grip on the market of like awesome film emulations.
Yes.
Their cameras are also going up in value because people are kind of seeing the value of, oh, this is a great everyday carry for a digital solution. So it's kind of a cop-out answer because it's been around for a minute, but like maybe there's an undiscovered Fuji camera or a body that isn't as popular as the X100 series that like still has this film emulations. Joshua, is there, what in your opinion, what's a good cheap
definitely
body?
check out. Oh no, I've been looking.
Yeah.
Looking at older cameras, Fuji cameras that is. So like definitely the X Pro 1 and 2. Very slow, clunky cameras, but the way
That's
that's a
fine.
smaller sensor, you know, it's like 10 to 12 megapixels or whatever.
I feel like
and it's just
slow,
the way that it
clunky
renders.
is perfect for this. It's kind of what you want.
It's like film.
Yeah.
For digital. Definitely those two, like the XE1, the XE2. Like all the my wife and I are going to get some older point and shoots that Fuji made. I think there's the X10. It's this beautiful digital 18 to 135 zoom lens, and it's a little compact camera, and it has the old Fuji logo. It's so gorgeous.
XE1?
But it's like $200. Anyway.
Yeah, I almost feel
there's
like
the
this will be
XE1,
the year
XE2.
of this will kind of be the year of like these sleeper cameras that then
For
get like
sure.
kind of
Yeah.
pumped up on social, and then there'll be some like I think people are looking for that kind of that creative, like what's a good next camera that will get a result that I want that's kind of unique but still
Yeah.
like fun to shoot with.
Wow, the XE1 looks
Yeah.
just like a X100 pretty much, and is literally $330.
Look up the X.
Really?
I think it's called the XF10. Look up the XF10.
We have to wait, let me see it on the disc on your computer's webcam.
On the biz.
Here.
Let me see. Let me pull up this one.
Look at this, Caleb.
XF10.
Oh
This
yeah.
one's so pretty.
Yeah, that's cool. Do those have the built-in
XF10
JPEG
or-
film simulations?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, when did they
Yes.
start that? Have they always done
Yeah.
that? Okay.
I believe it was in the XE1 and the X Pro series, but the XF10, I don't know if they do. But, yeah, I
But
don't know
either
when they
way,
started
like
that
it's
stuff.
still like
Yeah.
the Fuji color science, and then if you edit those, like kind of looks better than like, to be honest, like Sony camera or something for photos.
Yeah,
in my
for
opinion.
sure.
Like look at this. Look at this. Hold on.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah,
It's awesome.
That's gorgeous. Look at that.
and that's kind of the allure to carrying around the X100. Like I have, not to flex on y'all, but I have this with the clever
Flex.
supply strap. Should I just like
Shorty
hold
strap?
it?
And the
So just-
shorty, you got
Love
the shorty.
it.
Yeah, I got this
just
shorty,
wear
and
the
like
whole
there
episode.
is an aesthetic to carrying like a small, compact digital
Yeah.
camera, or film camera, but like we're talking digital here. It's nice, so
Yeah.
I think it's like
yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
it's something I always want to have on my EDC kit,
For
which
sure.
includes just that. I don't have EDC stuff. I also wanted to bring up too, and I feel like Taylor, we can segue into this too. Is black and white a lot cheaper? Like
Yeah.
because you're going full in on that. So
I'm all in on that. Black and white's definitely cheaper. It's cheaper to develop it, and even the post process is cheaper. Is it as cheap as just going full digital? Obviously not, but it is a way to still shoot film and have it not break the bank so hard. But you got to give up color, so that's kind of a
how much
tough
are
one.
they?
How much are like rolls?
Yeah.
I actually didn't write any of those down, which I should have looked up. But I will say,
Taylor got some Cine Still hookup for her project, so
yeah, I haven't had to buy any, which is pretty
Facts.
great. I will
Blessings.
say though, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about shooting black and white this year, whether exclusively or not, but like people who don't ever shoot it are kind of now like, oh, I might have to try this now, just literally for financial reasons. So kind of cool. I mean, it might make a lot of black and white photographers like pop up this year, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But people kind of are like down to try.
What are your three go-to stocks in black and white stocks?
Cine Still Double X has been my freaking jam.
So that is $11.99 a roll.
$11.99
so still.
Yep. Where you really save your money is in the developing. So it's just cheaper to get it processed. So Cine Still Double X has been my jam, but it's also rated at 250, so doesn't, not the best like all the time stock.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I've been shooting HP5 is obviously beautiful. And my third, I don't know. I've been kind of like swapping like smaller brands black and white into my rotation. Like Japan Camera Hunter makes a Street Pan 400 speed black and white that I just shot a couple rolls of that I haven't got the scans back. So I'm kind of trying to figure out like what is my like top three. But
yeah,
it's fun. It's a challenge. It's hard.
It's probably fun for your project too, to experiment with different black and white film stocks because there's probably a more, and I could be completely wrong. Obviously there's no color, so it's like the more subtle differences stand out more in the actual like what the difference from one film stock to another. I don't know.
Yes.
Also, is it true like when shooting black and white, yes, there's no more color, so now you have to be really conscious of a couple things, your composition, but also the color that you're actually photographing is not going to, perceive itself. So the tones and how the range, how the tone affects the depth of the image.
Yes.
And so like certain colors that look fine together, but not might look good when it's in black and white together.
Right, because every color, when it's stripped of its color, it still has a level of contrast, right, on the grayscale. So you're still dealing with differences in shade. It's just in gray. So that's been super interesting to like try and look at a scene and be like, okay, how is this all going to work on the grayscale? Because the color in the scene still does matter on black and white, which is kind of weird, but cool.
Yeah, I want to shoot. What's the 3200 speed black and white film?
Delta.
Oh, the
Ilford Delta.
Have that.
Yeah.
Delta,
I want to get that and just basically shoot that. I want to shoot that in my just point and shoot my Olympus MJU with like the flash on like all the time, and I just want like gritty, flashy black and whites. And like for whatever reason, I haven't been. Maybe it's like like the different constraints breeds different creativity, or there's probably a saying for that I'm butchering, but like
it does.
I have never.
I've been saying it for the last month.
Yeah, what is the saying?
I just say creativity breeds. I'm sorry, limitation breeds creativity.
Breeds creativity. Okay, that's So
yeah,
I've never really cared to shoot black and white, but I'm definitely, for whatever reason, it might be the rising film prices. It might be I'm just kind of tired of seeing the same colors over and over. Black and white seems exciting.
Yep.
And that maybe literally is just some like psychological thing that more people are talking about it, aka Taylor, because I work with you, and it's just like you're doing this project. It's like
it's in your subconscious for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like now it's there, and I'm like, okay, now I want to shoot black and white.
Well, it's one of those things where if you don't feel like drawn to it to shoot it, so you don't consider it at all. When you start to consider it, you start to realize, actually, this could be really fun. I could make a lot of images with black and white because it in a way, it almost makes, how do I want to say this? In a way, it like kind of makes you want to shoot everything, and I don't want to shoot everything on color. Like, there's something about black and white where, like, if you're removing the color story from a scene, there's more scenes that are, like, photogenic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And with kids too. I
Color
feel like
can be a
black and white.
distraction, right?
Yeah, totally.
So it's like immediately timeless because it's black and white.
Yeah.
Or has that quality.
Yeah.
Has that
kinda
aesthetic.
It opens up.
Ew, stop.
Yeah, no.
So, I also know there is, so obviously like black and white isn't too much cheaper, but it's a little cheaper. So with these rising film color prices, like it is an option. And finding these brands that might be a little smaller, if they can produce like at higher quantity, maybe the prices will go down too.
What about, okay, what's the price right now of motion picture film?
Right. I was going to say that is an option where you basically buy a whole spool, or that's what Cine still started
roll?
as. I don't know if you cut
That's
it,
what it is.
and you remove the remjet, or is that what it's called? Remjet.
Yes.
Jet.
Yeah, the
with a
remjet
chemical.
layer, yeah.
So
Remjet.
that's kind of what Cine still, I think, started by doing that. Is the motion picture film that they were using Kodak motion picture film?
Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. That's what I thought. So it's like I do think like if you did that process, you could get the price down super cheap. Like if you put in more of the manual.
Because I have a couple rows. Because I mean, I understand like people want to shoot Kodak because the tones, but also it's like it's fairly. Would you consider that one of the most accurate color reproduction?
Yep.
Film, right?
Yeah.
So motion pictures, it's right there because I would say it's just as equal as if you're looking for accurate colors, because that's what motion picture film was used for, motion picture.
Right. The catch. Oh, and to answer your question, Caleb, like if you're gonna buy just one roll of motion picture film, it's going for about $12 each. So same range here.
Of what?
Like a roll or like a
no,
like a
sorry,
big roll,
sorry.
like
one pre-done roll of 35.
Pre-done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm looking on Midwest Film Company's website who does all this stuff.
Ben just wrote in the chat, a 2,000 foot roll of Kodak Vision is $1,919.95. Another thing I kind of have seen popping up and I'm also curious about is basically going to the thrift store or eBay and buying essentially like original looking, like OG point and shoot digital cameras. So like $10 Canons, like these little Olympus, whatever, cool pics. Like I think you could get some really different than film, but kind of a different creative look, feel. I'm not going to use the V word. I think these small little toy cameras, essentially, for lack of a better term, toy digital cameras, could be a really fun thing to just have in the kit. I don't think it'll replace shooting film, but like as a point, it feels like a point and shoot. It's quick. It does not look like an iPhone.
And it's like
kind of fun.
It's that they can be crappy enough that it like you were talking about. You want it to be not perfect, so it kind of gives you that like a little bit grungy, a little bit kind of grainy, pixely look. Yeah. Which is just so different from like shooting a really nice DSLR with like a prime lens. You know, it's just like looks too good for some things. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw someone on Instagram post that like this. Maybe I'll put the link in the description of or the title of it. But he was saying it's a small old point and shoot that has a CCD sensor in it though.
Whoa.
Which is not just like a cheapo CMOS or whatever the other sensors are. Like the CCD is like a global shutter, so it's kind of a unique look where I think like the tones might look a little more like film. But
yeah, and I feel like
I didn't know it had a global shutter. That's crazy.
Pulling those into Lightroom too, and just like doing
tweaking.
your little you can make that look like film so fast.
Joshua, didn't you and your wife buy a couple of those like point and shoots? Or digital point and shoots?
She has like 15 point and shoots from different random thrift stores. It's
nice.
Hilarious.
Do they
all
work?
Displayed on most of them do, yeah. There was a video I watched on YouTube about a dude who bought just a box of point and shoots. And he bought it because one, it was cheap, and then two, he can flip them. So basically, he went through each one, see if they worked, and then he just showed like a price counter. So the box was $20-something bucks, and then he made like $500 off of it.
Totally.
It's crazy.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, those cameras cool to do like a point and shoot haul.
Flying off the shelves because of Gen Z and TikTok.
I was about to say, is it Gen Z? Yeah.
100%.
So instead,
100%.
instead of Kendall Jenner, flexing on the T2, it's just like you're gonna see like
cool
another
pics.
Influencer. Yeah, cool pics.
100%.
It's like that camera sucks, but for some reason it's cool.
It's great. Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Like if I was an 18 or 19-year-old right now, I would. We're broke. You know what I mean? Like you're not paying for film.
That's part
like,
of it.
If you're 18. Yeah, you're gonna go buy a $10.
But you want something
cool
that doesn't look like an iPhone or like your a specific look. Yeah.
Yes.
Like you could literally shoot like
Ashton
a fashion.
Kutcher...
Sorry. Oh yeah, dude. No, you got it.
When Ashton Kutcher was the face of Cool Pics, was it Cool Pics or the Nikon, whatever Nikon?
No.
Yes. So he was. Remember all of the advertisements?
He promoted like it was like a long contract with them because I remember he did like
it was like 5-6 years.
yeah. He was in like a ton of ads that like he was the Cool Pics guy.
Oh,
or just the Nikon guy.
God.
You see it?
Oh,
which is actually
my God.
Ashton Kutcher.
Like now that I
look at it. Get the Cool Pics.
He literally has a red Cool Pics in his hand, and I am dying.
So are we saying like Nikon is great when you go with their crappy point and shoot line?
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Can we do a whole series?
That hair rocks though.
Can we do a whole series of just recreating these ads?
That'd be pretty funny.
And the text on it says, "A Nikon the world has never seen. ..
Wow, I don't actually feel like a lot of celebrities endorse cameras like that. Like,
no,
not
maybe
anymore.
Here and there, but that was blatant like face of
straight in your
Nikon.
face. I remember
These
the commercials
are
for it.
amazing. These are amazing.
We need a screenshot of him, throw him up on the YouTube video.
God,
Yeah,
I have
the whole
to show you
time.
guys this
Yeah,
one. This is the last one I'll show you, but oh my God.
I put Taylor down a rabbit hole. What in the world?
Oh, wow.
The camera is
It looks
sitting
like
on
he's
the
in the
table.
Backstreet Boys music video.
That camera takes
Yeah.
up 5% of the image. We're like, we don't even care about our camera. This is Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
looking
his
at-
arm is like
they're
8 times the
this
size of a little
his face
camera.
is going to sell
like,
this camera.
I would shoot that yeah, exactly. It's like they don't even care about their
Yeah.
product. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, we got Ashton.
No.
Look how
That
massive
camera had
his
like
hands
5
are.
megapixels.
His
I know.
hands
It,
are
like-
literally 50
Yeah, they're
times
bigger than their head.
Exactly. I like saw that. I'm like, what are they even promoting here?
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
word.
product
But-
photography.
Oh my
wow.
word.
That
That was part of our generation. That was crazy.
He's been in some great
man.
movies too.
Yo,
I like that
these
guy,
are
actually.
endless.
Yes,
There's
yes,
literally
yes.
hundreds of
No,
these.
dude,
There's.
it was years. Like
It's been like
I wanna,
it was like 6 years.
I'm like maybe it
Wow.
was more, dude.
Thank you for
More?
showing
Maybe.
me this.
No, so like I remember going into Costco because Costco I think also had a Nikon contract or something where like my sister bought her
Yeah,
first
they
camera.
did.
Like the kit from Costco, it was like it was expensive. It was probably $800. So like DSLR, I don't even remember which one. Nikon like 3100 or something, like very entry level with like 3 lenses. But I remember seeing like a big Ashton Kutcher cutout like in Costco next
Oh
to
my
the
God.
things.
Amazing.
Half frame cameras are another good option if you're in that boat where you can basically get it's like your roll of film is half price.
Yeah, you're doubling
And I've seen
it.
people a little bit
Yeah,
less
doubling it,
resolution, which is totally fine for like social media. If you crop in on that one photo in the half frame, that's a pretty
What is
sick
that?
option.
72 shots?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's 72 shots?
and that's
Yeah,
a lot.
dang.
Yeah, I think that's something
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Wait,
of film
Taylor, you
shots,
got that weird looking half frame camera, right?
Yeah, and like the thing about half frame too is it's like you're getting double the shots, but you're also getting a whole new format to play with, which is like
What is the format?
Yeah, it's like is
So
it a 4:3?
fun.
Is it a 4 is it like square?
no, they're not square. What are they? 4:3 maybe?
Is it
But
like-
like I guess I'm
'Cause if
just
they're
saying like
vertical-
'Cause if-
you're now
yeah, yeah.
putting 2 images together. So you have this
Right.
new sort of process in your head, which could be really fun and like invigorating creatively. You know what I mean?
So when you get the scans or when you get it rolled back, it's like, or you scan them in, it's literally 2 side by side,
by
and you have
side.
to crop it manually, or you just get like an image that has 2 images, which is kind of sick.
Right. So
what
cool.
if you what if they made a half frame motion picture camera and they like they like framed everything perfectly where you could have like 2 storylines going literally
That's
on
cool.
At the same time?
That's cool.
That would be so hard to do.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
That would
So
be
wait. A half
would
frame
that work?
camera, a half frame camera still takes 2 pictures at the same time?
No.
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 Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So my point's not. Yeah. Never mind then.
Yeah, they're not at the same time.
That was so confused.
No, that's a new idea
just,
Caleb just came up with.
Yeah, I just invented something. Right?
Yeah.
So it's, a half frame camera is a smaller sensor in film terms, technically.
Yeah. I don't.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
it
if
has
you
to
think
be.
about it, if it, so it has to be, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that gate, that lens gate, whatever, or film gate, it's half of the size of a regular 35 mil camera,
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
right?
Or there's some blocker. There's some like literally like a
Right, but
like a
it's still
piece of
half,
metal
yeah.
that moves over and exposes to that piece of film there. But yeah, that's a good
APS-C
option to
full
save.
frame.
That is something I will be keeping my eyes out probably all year for a good used half frame camera.
Yep.
So that
That's a
would be
great
worth it
idea.
because then in my head I can get the tones I want from like a good roll of film, but it's half the price because then.
Yep.
If I'm sending that, if I spend $18, send it back, get it developed, and I get back, and I get 72 photos.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's
Then I'm
awesome.
taking 2 rolls of film on a
that's worth
trip,
it.
and I'm like,
That's worth it.
and it's really just for the memories and the look. Like, that's
Right.
great. Maybe not client work, but like
No.
trips and stuff.
And like if
Yeah.
if you're taking photos that you might want to like blow up and frame, obviously not with a half frame, but like
Right.
you're saying, Caleb,
Yeah.
if you're just gonna share on social media or you just want it
Yeah.
for yourself, it's a great solution.
Put them on a YouTube video or
It's a
something. Yeah.
brilliant solution.
Who makes half frame cameras right now? I don't know.
Kodak.
Just Kodak?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Kodak
there's like
is
these
making new
monopolizing.
ones. Who
they're
else?
making new ones?
Uh-huh.
Who?
Oh yeah. You've
That's
been
cool.
seeing them all over YouTube. They're everywhere. These ones?
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, those are half frame?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know those were half
Sick.
frames.
I thought
Okay.
those were just like the cheap plastic 35 mil, like
No,
the Ilford sprites.
no, they're
Cool.
half frames. Kodak Ektar.
No,
is
I
their
want
name.
the one I actually want. Let me just look it up real quick.
The Olympus pen.
Dang, I have like 10 rows I need to develop.
That would probably be the one I would get. This guy.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah,
No,
okay.
the
I
one-
have seen that camera before.
The Olympus pen is
Yes,
so
so
cute.
handsome. It's very handsome. Very handsome, sir.
Oh yeah, that one's cool. No, the one I want looks almost like
Handsome.
a dad cam video camera. Not quite like yours, Taylor, but similar
Oh,
to that.
Sick. That's cool.
Oh, you talking about that battleship camera Taylor has?
Okay, so
Good
look at this
grief.
thing. It's ridiculous.
That's wild,
But-
yo.
Look at this. Look at this lens. Let's see if it. Sometimes it will go and sometimes it won't. She's very, very temperamental.
What kind of camera is this again?
This is the Ricoh Mirai.
Rico Mirai.
Yeah, the lens.
Okay, I
It's
put
not
in the
moving.
chat the brand, the one I want, or I've been looking at about $150, $200 to use. But it's the Kyocera Samurai Z35.
Samurai
Oh my
Z35.
word, that name.
Just
My
Google
goodness.
Google that real quick.
Sheesh.
My buddy had it and got sick
All right,
shots
y'all ready?
from it.
Yeah, go for it.
What are we?
That's a
It goes
big
up
lens.
to 135
That was the
millimeters.
most
That's a big
anticlimactic
lens.
thing I've ever seen.
Isn't it so slow?
Yeah, just taking my time here.
That's so funny.
Shooting this thing was such a clunky experience. Oh my word. I felt so when you shoot a camera you're not familiar with and you suddenly feel like, oh my God, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I know I look like
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
Is it a Yashica? Or you said no? Hold on.
What, the one I posted?
Yeah.
Kyocera Samurai.
Yeah, I don't know why Yashica came up for me. Oh, I guess Yashica, they all have, yeah, it's the same design. That's crazy.
Sweet.
Yeah, that one's so sick.
Yeah, I feel like this is
Show these cams on the pod, Caleb.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a fun episode to just kind of like brainstorm a little bit in person. But yeah, definitely good luck this year with those rising film prices. And if you
Yeah.
work at
Good
Kodak,
luck.
Yeah.
if you work at Kodak,
Godspeed.
we know the homie at Cine still, but it's like we can maybe get some inside knowledge on like why the prices are going up. I have read articles saying like Kodak has hired 500 new employees to help in the film processing thing. But look, let me just say, there's like a good boom happening in film. Like, don't immediately kill it off by just choking it out. But at the same time, I also have no idea how much this stuff costs. Maybe they're losing money on every role, and they're like, hey guys, we need to actually make money. Like, I get it, but
that's probably the reason. Yeah.
I honestly wish Niles was on this episode, because he would speculate and he would sound like he knows what he's talking about, but then would also be wrong. So
yeah.
Just had to give him a quick dig.
Also, speaking of Niles, for those who weren't watching on Discord, someone in the Discord chat just said the pod feels so calm when Niles isn't here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks everyone for listening, for watching. I hope you had checked out our vlog. Obviously, I like making those vlogs. Anytime we're on a production, I want to do vlogs because it's funny and they're fun memories, and I think people like them. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of like good comments on them. But until we can be in person, we'll just do the podcast every once in a while. And then, like we said, the channel also might have a little bit more Niles and I. We also want to just do like some solo vlogs or some like creative ideas on the channel. But follow Cine Dailies and Grain Check if you're not. Chances are you already are. That's all I got.
Love y'all.
All right.
Stay on the sunny side.
Stay on the sunny side.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.